It is Sunday, June 9th, and we are ready to hit the waterway. I'm gonna do this really quick because Mark is getting ready and he's ready to go. So what I wanted to say, while I'm still a little relaxed before we get going on everything, and we're gonna head out, and we're headed to Amsterdam today. So it should be a great day of travel. It was a bit windy yesterday, and that's why we didn't leave. There's a there is a two-day stay window at these docks. So, and they were only $30 a day, and you have electricity of water. You just don't have a shower facility or bathrooms. There's bathrooms up at the park that Mark was able to use, but you know, there's just that's it here. Definitely check this place out. Great museum over across the way in Schenectady. I love saying that name. And the people are just phenomenal here, and really wonderful people. And I loved that museum. I absolutely loved it. It was so inexpensive to go to. I think it was $6, so I gave it an extra donation. And you know, I think when it's like this, you have a little bit of a downtime, and most loopers are on the go, ready to go the next thing. But when it's like this, it's really kind of refreshing for your soul. It's really a refreshing stop to me, because you don't have to think about weather so much. You don't have to think about being having big tides and waves that bounce you against a dock. You can just enjoy the wildlife that comes down. Like right now it's spring, and we saw little ducklings everywhere, geese flying back north, I guess, you know, from the south, but lots of geese flying. You hear a bunch of them. They're honking, and then you go out there and you go to get a video and they're gone. So I wasn't able to get that. Yeah, it's just been a really good stop to really be really grateful about you know, just the people along the loop, the actual view along the loop, the ability to just take that in is such a great thing, to have that time of gratitude. I've heard that everybody's telling me, you know, you've been through the hardest part so far. You have the most amazing part coming up as we go, you know, continue through the Erie Canal. We've got, you know, we've got Lake Oneida, we've got the Trent Severn, we've got Ontario, Lake Ontario, we have the Georgian Bay, we have the Northern Channel, we have Mackinac Island, we have all the east side of Michigan still to explore. And I'm just really grateful we're here at this time in our lives, able to do this. So, and able to share it with everybody. So we've met a ton of great people on the loop, off the loop, other YouTubers. We have such gratitude for people we've met that are so encouraging along the way, that we have followed too, like Show and Joe, What You Ought to Do. You know, these people have been doing this forever. The Boomer Shines, we followed, I'll just put a bunch up here, all their names. I'll put all the names of the people we followed on the screen, so that you can see all the wonderful YouTubers we have followed, and now we're able to share our journey, and maybe some people that can get something out of that. Oh, here's Mark. He said he's looking for the crew. I got to ride a bike a lot. There are a lot of bike paths along here. So bring your bikes. If you're going to do this, there's bike paths on that side. There are bike paths on the other side. We got some floats for our keys from the local police. That was very cool. Was this your most relaxing part of the trip?
So far.
Yeah.
Since we've had to purposely slow down and force ourselves to stay a couple nights. In fact, we've stayed 4 nights each in the last 2 spots. So, did you pay them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave him a nice little letter too.
Okay.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide to meet, they settle down beneath my feet. I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling. Let my fingers walk over your head. We got nothing to be scared of. I'd rather be with you than by myself. Now always in your hands.
There, it's green. Okay.
Green.
Green. Easy one.
Some teenagers.
Stop here. I think we're only going to have lines here. I don't think there's going to be a cable. I don't see any indentations, which makes sense because it's only 14 feet.
Right.
Sure. Maybe it's ready for slimy.
Okay, got my gloves on. I'm ready for the slimy cables. Yeah, I do see cables and little indentations.
You know, I guess it's fate. Now all is in our hands. All is in our hands. All is in our hands.
Arrowhead RV Park and Marina.
Just got up, something's wrong. I waited up, wounds on my feet. Where will you be? Flickering through memories, the Polaroids yellowed in the sun, longing to be seen. So come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. just to hear your voice on the machine. Nothing will be like it was, but you will always be my first choice, just as it seems. So I left the house broken. I walked this dirty streets for years. I left it all to see you, to wipe up all your tears. Will you hide with me, hide with me, hide with me? Come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. The sun is up, the clouds are gone, but I'm still here with wounds on my feet. Where will you be? If I left the house broken, I walked these dirty streets for years. I left it all to see you, to wipe up all your tears.
The last lock, and we made it to the Amsterdam Mall. And also, listen to that. We're right next to the railroad tracks. Love it. I wonder how late that they run the train. It's really beautiful here, actually. Man, are my arms sore though. It's beautiful. Beautiful day, cooler. Definitely the wind started picking up, so it's a good thing we didn't go through any more than 3 locks. And yeah, looks beautiful here. We're gonna explore Amsterdam. Super interesting wall. We've never been on one like this. Big rubber bumper all the way along. But it was really easy. Mark brought the boat up and I just lassoed that cleat up there. This one here. Tied them on the inside, and with these big rubber bumpers they got, it's great. We don't even really need our fenders. Okay, just plugged in the power cord, so I'm gonna turn it on, see if we got power. Oh. On. Yep. Yay. Yep. It's working. It's 3rd. Okay.
Should be off.
Is receptacle starboard. On. Water heater on. Range. And microwave. Okay. Where you at? Oh, everything's on. Where's the water?
That's a good question.
There's
There is no water.
no water here?
Holy crap.
Oh, that's not good. There's a big old hose down there.
That's the pump out.
Oh, that's the pump out.
Well, there's a water hose down there, but it's a long way from here.
Oh. All right. So we can add water and when we pump out. That's a pump out. There's the water. So we can do that before we leave tomorrow. This is cool. Here's some other loopers. Yay! There's a pedestrian overpass.
Take the pedestrian overpass.
Okay. That's the pedestrian overpass. Okay. Well, that's what we'll do. That's how you get over the railroad tracks.
Turn left.
So much for walking to the coffee shop. It started sprinkling, but you know what? That's not going to stop me. I'm going to get an umbrella and we're going to go check it out anyway. If it doesn't stop, but we'll give it a few minutes, see if it stops.
Well, we just had to take an elevator up to get to the top of this bridge, or the end of this bridge, to go over the railroad tracks to get into town. Very interesting. Welcome to Amsterdam, New York. You know, Mel wanted to go to the G's famous lemon cookies, and we got here 5 minutes before they closed. In fact, we went in, she served us, and she already posted the close sign.
So many buildings that were from the 1800s around these little towns up the Erie Canal. Some are being renovated, some are built to last a long time, like that church over there, and some have fallen into disrepair, which is sad to see. But hopefully somebody will come in and fix it up and take care of these old buildings, especially the ones with brick. That one's even for sale. 1913. This building's been taken care of. It's now a church. Park is way up there, just past the cemetery. That's one heck of a hill. And check this gigantic warehouse. What was that? And what can they do with that to make it productive again? I don't know. Maybe they could house people. Somebody tell me what could you do with that? I caught up with Mark. The top of the hill. This is where the graveyard is. It's Green Hill Cemetery. Established in 1854, I think it says. 57.
Very large cemetery here.
Look at that. It's a beautiful sculpture. It's called Dream River by Dimitar Lukanov. What a beautiful view over here. I mean, this is a beautiful park. I'm hoping that, you know, you can tell that the town is hurting since they stopped railroad stops there. I'm just hoping they can do something to help the people that remain in the city. Look at all the flowers along this path over the water. It's beautiful.
Here in Amsterdam, they have a 9/11 memorial with one of the largest single remnants of the buildings around. And it's that right thing right there.
Sauce in my teeth.
You have some tomato sauce in your teeth?
Yeah.
Let me zoom in.
Are you videoing?
Yes. This is Lorenzo's in Amsterdam. Outdoor on the patio. Busy, busy place. But it's only like 4:30. But a view of the, you can see the trains going by. There's our pizza. Of course, we've already started digging in. Well, we did a number on that pizza.
Basil leaves and all.
They brought us our check in this very elaborate, ornate cigar box. Here comes the Queen now, coming out of her castle on the way to her bicycle.
Yeah.
We are at the castle in Amsterdam. Oh, lose my hat. It says 46th separate company NGNY. This is now a hotel. Not sure what it was before, beyond a castle.
It's got the women with the big bellies. That means they were. Hi. How are you? Good. No, I'm just looking for a brochure or something. Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. These are business cards.
Okay.
Thank you. This is rigidly castle? It was built in 1896 by New York State as a National Guard armory.
Oh, an armory.
Yeah, it was an armory for about 100 years, and then it's been privately owned.
This place was built in 1896 by New York State as an armory. Now it's a hotel. Nice. Do not sit. All these chairs and they don't want you to sit. Guess it's just that set right there. The rest of them don't say that.
I can imagine that there used to be maybe a depot here, and you can see now that the bridge goes over the train tracks, and there's freeways to get to here and there, and probably off ramps to get to the city of Amsterdam, but it's not really a town now like it used to be, bustling with lots of mills. There are all kinds of mills that I showed empty buildings because it was one of the biggest producers in the area of some things like underwear, mesh underwear, and they would get the cotton and the silk and everything from all over the world, and they would make it at these factories. They would make it into blankets, and they would get like they made brooms here, getting the all the stuff from Midwestern states to make brooms. It's just amazing, the history. Oh, I think one of the reasons that they quit producing so many things at the mills here that are shut down is because they use a lot of coal. a lot of coal. So, and as everybody gets away from using coal, they start using the water here. But man, this place grew fast in the 1800s, late 1800s and early 1900s. So, thank you for a pleasant stay here. Beautiful view across the river of all those trees.
Sun's about to set here in Amsterdam. We're at Riverlink Park Wall. Nice little setting. The only thing that's a little bit annoying here is the trains.